Well, here we are again, and thanks for joining us. I've been up all night, so it's kind of an easy to get on the air when you don't have to get up in the morning, and it's a tough night. But don't despair, friends. I've been here now 8 weeks. This is what I was predicting was going to happen since the third day that I was here. So after 56 days, I was here 3 days, and I started telling everybody these two seats, both of them were going to lose, and I kept telling them why, and nobody would listen. And now they lose, and they can't figure it out. Unbelievable. Just the tone deafness of the establishment consultants that run what is now known as the Republican Party is a complete and utter clown show. And don't despair, folks, because sometimes you have to hit rock bottom in order to come back. You've been saying it. My listeners have been saying it. We've been saying it. This was a pathetic campaign run by two absolutely horrible candidates. Neither of them defended Trump until the last moment when we told them 6 weeks ago they had to fire up the base. They wouldn't do it. And we told them every day. I had talked to everybody in the White House. Mark Meadows, everybody. Got right to the president. He knows. He knows what was going on. Trump knows. This should come as no shock to anybody that is listening to my show. But let me tell you something. Out of the ashes shall rise the phoenix. If you are done with the Republican Party as we know it, the party that gave these two seats away, the Mitch McConnell party, he's done too, by the way, he's done. The Karl Rove party, the John Kasich party, all of these people that think somehow they're going to appeal to this layer of voters by uninspiring them and talking in meandering circles. The Democrats won last night because they kicked these candidates' butt. They outworked them. They outmotivated them. They went out. They registered 150,000 new voters. How many of those were Republicans? 10. They went out. They motivated their base. They did everything in their power, skirted the law, driving ice cream voting trucks around Atlanta, mobile voting units, drop boxes with no chain of custody. They ran rings around Raffensperger, and our base was not motivated. Yes, maybe they voted, but they didn't do anything because these two candidates, Loeffler and Perdue, have to go down as the poster child candidates of the old decrepit party that stands for nothing. And they thought, wow, if we could just get rid of Trump, if we could just get out from under his shadow, if we could just get back to the way it was, calling for capital gains taxes. This theme, keep Georgia, Georgia, the hell's that mean? The entire campaign was a clown show, run by the consultants in Washington. You know how much money they made? You know how much money they built out of donors for TV ads that had no impact, when all these candidates had to do after the first week is say, we will be there for Trump no matter what happens because this election was stolen. That's all they had to say. And they would have motivated their base, and they would have won this election by 5 points. Instead, what did they do? The exact opposite. They listened to these loser consultants and to the Mitch McConnells, the Senator Thunes, and the McCarthys, the whole bunch of them. If you are done with this, like I am, last night, this outcome has got to be the end for you. I'm done. I'm not. Why was I here for 8 weeks? I was here for 8 weeks away from my family, losing money, for what? You tell them, you give them all the ground intel, they don't pay any attention to it. Loeffler, and both of these people, and Perdue's profile and courage tweets out at 10 o'clock on game day after he starts getting exit polls that he's going to vote with Trump on January 6th. Are you sick of this? Because I am. And yeah, today's a tough day, and I don't know what's going to happen. And there's no fraud here. Our people didn't turn out. If you followed me on Bannon, I was telling everybody at 10 o'clock we were going to lose. We were tracking at 850. That's about what we got. My analysis on this thing was spot on for 7 weeks. You know why? You. It's not because I'm some brilliant analyst. It's because you call in and tell me. You text me. You email me. You put messages on our Facebook page. Oh, John is so good. No, John is not good. You're good. I'm the best. Let me tell you something. You're the best listeners in the country. And I told Trump that. And he knows it. He listens to my show while he shaves. He gets it. He got this whole thing. But since the day's been there, he really wants to play ball with the establishment in power. He thinks somehow it's all going to work out. It's like Charlie Brown with the football. You never kick it. They pull it out from you like they did. There needs to be an apology made to every single donor that Karl Rove and these PACs squeezed to get money, and they all made 18%. Karl Rove's going to go out and buy 2 more yachts. They don't care who wins. Now, you know what they're going to do now? They're going to blame Trump. They want their party back. Look, they're happier losing. Then they can be in the minority and they can raise money on that. And then they can go play golf. If you're sick of it, if you're done, I'm done. I don't have anybody here today. It's just me. I've been up all night. But you told these people, you, callers, told everybody what was going to happen. And yet they do it anyway. Pathetic campaigns by 2 absolutely feckless, cowardly candidates. First of all, Loeffler, who I thought had a shot because how could you vote for a guy that's inviting Fidel Castro into his church, has all kinds of questions about his camp, runs his wife's foot over? How can you vote for that? The guy's never had a job. Reverend this, pastor that, give me a break. Yet he wins. Slick commercials. And they got out their vote. In Atlanta, that's how they won. I got off the air yesterday at 10:30 because I was done. Because I knew we had, a 5,000, 10,000 vote lead, and DeKalb hadn't come in. Like 25% of DeKalb was in. Race over. I went off the air. I'm like, we're going to lose. Good night. Have a nice night. This is not rocket science, folks. You have to be done with this. We're going to open up the phone lines here, Kara. You can text it to me right now while I get everything up. And there's a huge caravan going in Washington, D.C. tonight. But I tell you what, this has got to be a wake-up call to everybody. You've got to get a wake-up call and get rid of these people. Are you done with McConnell now? Are you done with this McCarthy thing? Are you done with all of them?